All right, y'all. I'm trying to do a live sunrise. I'm running a little behind, but I'm right on time. It should be coming up. I've never come to this location. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's some rolling hills. This is right on the other side of the ridge I live on. I can't, I know the sun's gonna, I don't understand why this camera, because this laptop looks like I'm pointed more that way. Those trees right there are way to my right. I guess I'll have to. What is the best way to get that? I can't see if anybody's in the chat or anything right now. But we're just going to get a sunrise this morning, y'all. Hmm. I'm just trying to. I'm looking at it on screen just to see what it looks like because I can't. I got it up on top of a fence post. Hey, Save Center. I'm just trying to do a daggum live sunrise this morning. I live on the other side I live on the west side of this ridge right here. And I don't ever get to see the sunrise. I mean, I can tell it's coming up, but I decided to pull a 7 Spalding, come out here and try to get a sunrise. The only problem is I can't get a sunset either unless I leave my property, and then I got to go the other direction. Man, there ought to be deer and all sorts of. Can y'all see these rolling hills out here? I'm not too sure how to get the sun in here. Y'all, please bear with me. I'm trying to get enough of the sky. I think I'm gonna move it this way just a hair. Those good trees are going. I cannot get the angle right on this, y'all. I'm doing all this. I've got a few second delay, and I'm trying to get the angle right. Might see some deer go across there. Y'all just bear with me. I'll get it. Man, I'm not only surrounded by trees. I live in like I'd call it a crater because it's a round dish basically, and I live inside of it. It's like a cereal bowl, but it's on the side of a hill that faces southwest. But I'm loaded with trees. It shows we got 2 in the chat and only Save Centers talking. Don't be scared. Come on out. Oh, Cafe, Enlightened Cafe. Man, I was having some buffering problems on your stream last night. But those are pretty good avatars or whatever you call them. From what I could see, man, I've got to be outside or I'm buffering. I cannot go in my house. I've got to be in my shop or outside in certain places. So once I go in for the night, I can't catch anything on YouTube anymore. I just figured I'd catch a sunrise this morning. I haven't caught one in ever, I don't think, and I've always meant to. Well, I did catch one, and it looked like the Eye of Iris or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's fairly nice out here. It's just crazy though. It's this color. This is, sunrise east, but it's this color in the afternoon too. Well, thanks, Enlightened. I don't know where the sun is. It's supposed to rise at 6:30. It is now 6:39. Well, it must have rose somewhere. And that daggum neighbor of mine went 2 days and no shots coming over my yard. And then Wednesday afternoon, that joker fired about 5 shots, 3 of them my direction because I heard the bullet zinging by. I don't get it. The way the law is around here, you've got to be killed or hurt before they'll do it. We can't do anything about somebody shooting because they're saying they're not, and you're saying they are. The only way we can do anything is if you have proof. Well, that's why I did so many live streams, and I still couldn't do any proof because you never know when they're going to shoot. So I've got to leave a daggum camera going 24/7 just about. All right, I'm going to stop griping about that. I hear a school bus. It's going to be a school bus coming around in a little bit. I'm only about a quarter mile from my place. Actually, on the other side of this road behind me is my property. But where I live at is a quarter mile up in the woods. Enlighten, who you talking to? Who's doing a 48-hour live? I did a 40-hour, almost 41 hours, and it's still processing, man. It will not post. I had 875 views on that, and I can't get anything to count because it won't post. Here comes the school bus. Yeah, man, I had 875 views on that live stream. I think like 120 hours, and none of it will count if it doesn't ever post, and it keeps saying it's processing. And right after the 41-hour live I did a 23-hour live, and it's still processing. So evidently, after you go past so many hours on YardStream, you cannot, it will not upload. I don't know. I did these a week ago and they're still processing. According to going to my creator studio, it says still processing. So I don't know. Man, I just saw a buffer bar and there's no way I have got every bit of AT&T signal strength because I can look out that way and see the daggum tower. Got hodgepodge in the house. How's it going, hodgepodge? We're just checking out the sunrise on Friday the 13th. Hey, hodgepodge, what part of law enforcement do you work in? Kilborn Kip is in the house. Hello. Man, I've been waking up at like 4:30. I've been trying to get out here for daggum over a week because I've never seen it not chemtrailed for this long, which I don't understand. Evidently, there's something in our sky that they've got to hide. Well, there's multiple uses for these chemtrails, but I haven't seen them chemtrailing down here in like over a week. I mean, not that I'm not saying the clouds look natural, but I'm just saying I haven't really seen them with the program going like I normally do. But I've been seeing some weird colors in the clouds, man. Sun gets behind the clouds, it looks like a rainbow up there. I'm talking about the clouds, man. So much chemicals or something that's making the color spectrum show it. Yeah. Oh, I see a red dot through the trees. Do y'all see that? Hang on. Why does it? It should show up. It's right above that last hill. Wait a minute. Yeah, it should be showing, man. Through the trees, I see a big. It ain't really orange. It ain't really red. What would you call that? Now all the dogs are hearing me. Or finally noticed I'm here. We might get to see a good sunrise, y'all. I've never done this. What I'd like to do is get old Seven Spalding on a StreamYard live while he's doing his sunset. Have his sunset live on the StreamYard. That would be cool. I want to get a panel together, Enlighten, where we talk about some serious stuff. That's why I haven't been doing anything hardly lately. I've had to waste a lot of my. I mean, I know it's when I've been doing these live streams trying to catch my neighbor shooting. I know it's a bullcrap live stream, but it's the only way I could try to get proof that these people are shooting at me. And I know it probably messes up my channel doing that kind of bullcrap live streaming where I'm 4 hours of nothing but, pointing at my neighbor's direction, trying to catch the sound of the bullets zipping by. So I know that whole 4 days worth of doing that stuff messed up my channel. What I'm going to do is I'm fixing to move my car up in the direction where the bullets have been coming through. That way I can actually get some bullets and something and show the law they're shooting my direction. I'm thinking about getting my neighbor to pull his car in my driveway to where, all right, how am I trying to say this? I'll have my car set up and then his car be kind of behind it, so there's more area to hit. I wonder why that sun is not showing up on the camera, but I can see it plain as day through the trees there. I didn't see any extra stuff in the sky. That's what I was hoping I'd see something. Looks like it's starting to get a little foggy now. Nothing major, nothing major. I've got to get something done today too, y'all. Starting to look mighty bleak for old John boy. There's a pond right down there in the middle, and that thing looks like it's got green algae all over it. There's a lady, man, this a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, man, this lady was walking her dogs around and let them jump in this pond. Now, this is 30 miles from me, y'all. All 3 of her dogs died from blue algae that was in that pond. Within 12 hours of being in the water, and that happened like 30 miles from me. So that's, to me, is kind of close to home. Got BA moonshine in the house. You know what? I've been seeing more colors than this every morning too. How come when I finally decide to, and I was running late getting up here, but I was like, I finally get up here and I don't see none of the colors I usually see from down where I'm at. It's crazy. That's what they called it, Kilroy, Kilborn. They called it blue algae. And then they had some sort of like I don't know what it was, a pool pond expert. I mean, there's actually a business, maybe it was landscaping, I don't know. But he was talking about there's a certain chemical we can use, it's copper sulfate, and we can put that in your pond and it will take care of that bacteria. I'm like, what? He's like, this is very uncommon. I'm like, man, I'm starting to hear about it everywhere. Not only are people dying in the Gulf Coast from getting in the water of the sea, now it's in our daggone ponds and lakes at random. You don't know. So how in the world, when the crap hits the fan, are you going to be able to survive if you don't know what water's safe or what? You know what I mean? It's crazy. There you go. You sure they're not lizards? They sound like crocodiles. It's in between Memphis and me. It's more south of. It's almost at the Mississippi state line. It's in Tennessee, but it's right there above Mississippi, below Jackson, Tennessee, down in there somewhere. I can't remember the name of the town now. Don't it? Wormwood's supposed to make the waters better, isn't it? I always tried to figure out how that was going to happen. I always tried to figure out how we're going to have one final holy war. And when I was a kid, I was like, how is that possible? Well, now I see. We've got the the AI in charge. And I'm going to do a live on the AI, man. Y'all just don't realize. The AI is in self-preservation mode, man. It realizes it's alive and it's not going to let us humans turn it off. And it's already taken over. Shoot, we got crocodiles up here in Tennessee, man. I mean, almost up toward Kentucky, halfway to Kentucky. I'm not lying. We got daggone mountain lions. I've seen black panthers. There's black bear around here. It's been documented by the Tennessee Wildlife Management. It was on somebody's trail camera. That was only 6 miles from me. Black bear now. Well, yeah, bitter means anything. Bitter means undrinkable. That's just how I read it. Undrinkable. Whichever way makes it undrinkable, that's what it is. Excuse me. See, it's weird. Like the terrain over on this side of the hill is a lot different than the terrain on my side of the hill. Because my side of the hill, I think, is more of an impact crater from like a meteorite or something. I'm serious, man. I've found a bunch of impact craters. I've been studying that kind of stuff all my life, man. I've been fascinated with asteroids and stuff. I need to get my stuff together and show y'all what I'm talking about, man. There's like a big impact crater that I'm sitting on top of one of the outer rings of the ridge, and it's so big that it goes all the way to the top of Tennessee at Paris Landing, comes all the way down where I'm at, all the way down through Mississippi, around Alabama, and back up to the Appalachian Mountains. But it looks like a big, gigantic impact crater that's gotten, like a big flood washed it in, or what, I mean, erosion has kind of tamed it down. But Knoxville is sitting in a big crater. Talladega is in the middle of the big one I'm talking about. So if y'all look at a map, look at you need a topographical map where you can see the details. But y'all will see it's not a complete circle. The north part of it's kind of gone, but it almost looks like a triple impact. I'll show it one of these days. I'm trying to remember. Don't crocodiles? Their eyes are on top of their head, and alligators are on the side, right? That's how you tell them apart. I believe. I think croc eyes are on top, and alligator eyes are to the side. Am I correct? Yeah. Man, the other day when I was trying to, film my neighbor shooting my direction, evidently the sun got on my laptop and shut it off, man. It got it hot. Well, that wasn't really that spectacular, was it? I mean, I think y'all can see that ball coming up through the trees now. Oh, well, I got this laptop on top of a fence post, and I got my tablet over here on my hood, so I'm having to go in between both. I got to talk to the laptop, run over here and look at the look at the chat. Yeah, that sun ain't right anymore, man. What's weird, I hate to move the camera. It is more pink to the north and more pink to the south on the horizon. Well, I'm just going to move a little bit. Look at this crap. Can y'all see that? It's like pink on the horizon. You get back this way. I didn't get that back right. Oh, so that camera must be mounted in my daggum laptop crooked. Because you would think pointing the laptop straight at what I'm trying to shoot at would give me a straight on shot, but it's off to the side. Yeah, that sun it's not right, man. I remember when I was a kid, the sun was yellow, right? And if you tried to look at it, you could actually feel and hear the nerves in your eyes going just frying, man. It hurt. Now you can look right at it and it doesn't do that. It's almost like it's a reflection of some kind of light off of a mirror. I mean, it's not even, I don't even think that's an actual light source. I think that's reflected light from somewhere. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying the Earth's got thrown out of its orbit and they've got a bunch of mirrors relaying the sun to us. You know what I mean? And it's possible. I mean, they can make a relay deal and you'll run into problems. You'll run into some intense heat in spots and not enough heat in spots, even though you got light, because you don't have a real light source. You're having a reflection of a light source. All I know is my brain's about melted from thinking. There's too much stuff going on. It's hard to figure out what is what. And something I seen, I don't know what anybody, anyhow, NASA, not ISIS, the International Space Station, ISS. I caught pictures and somehow they got deleted, but they happened to have one and it was showing a round ring of red on the Earth. And I'm like, how is that doing that? But you could see it from the space station and you could tell. And I'm like, man, so that's how we get those real red sunsets. But it's a round area on the Earth that's red. It's weird. It's hard to explain. I wish I had those pictures still. Yeah, that looks like it might be the sun. It's the first I've seen the sun this early because, like I said, I live on the other side of this hill. So you can imagine. I don't get sunlight down there until about 11. It's like morning all day. But this is about one of the highest ridges in West Tennessee you can get on. Yeah, that moon is something else too, Hodge. All my life up till the last few years, that moon would come up, whatever quarter or crescent it was in, it was straight up and down. It wasn't ever leaning to the side where your crescent was left to right. It was always up and down. I've never seen the moon rotate through the sky. And then the side of the moon we're seeing when it's full, I don't recognize it. It's like either the moon is turned, I mean, it's either turned north to the south or it's turned in its rotation to where it just don't look the same to me at all. Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore about anything. All I'm worried about is I'm pretty sure there's a heaven and a hell, and all I'm worried about is getting to heaven. I ain't worried about if the earth is round or flat or whatever, because that's not what's important to me. Getting off this dadgum prison planet into heaven is the most important thing I got going. But while I'm here, I'm going to point out the wrongdoings of these people. I just don't get it, man. I guess we needed more chemtrails in the air to make more spectacular sunrise. Yeah, you ain't joking, Hodge. This place is hell. It's weird, man. Check this out. Like my neighbors, I know I've been griping about my neighbors, but man, they've been shooting a 22 over my property and bullets been zinging by me, right? Look, I had these problems a few years ago, but the dude that was giving me the problems killed himself. And now the widow girl got her a boyfriend that is worse than the guy that was giving me problems in the first place. It's like he's heard all the stories and he's trying to do it better. I don't know. It's like I'm a challenge for everybody. Everybody's like, let's see what we can do to John Boyd today. Let's see what kind of grief John Boyd can. I mean, come on. I'm tired of it. Save Center. I'm not even gonna get into the religious part of it because religion's twisted everybody's mind so bad that they think they're going and they're not either. But I can't talk about religion on this channel because it's well, I can. Don't get me. I'm going to. I'm gonna make a whole topic of it one day. I gotta get my ducks in a row first before I start getting out there and just saying this, that, and the other. I gotta show you why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because all these, I don't care what denomination, I don't care. They're all preaching wrong. They're teaching wrong. They're leading everybody wrong, and everybody thinks they're going, they're being led the right direction, and they're not. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable the amount of lies. I mean, even in religion, y'all think the sun stuff and flat and round and dome and firmament and whatever, that ain't a problem. The problem is the people that think they have found a way to get to heaven and they're taught the way they must do it, and they're being taught wrong. It's the whole deal, man. Everybody's being misled. And then it's hard to change someone that believes what they believe because they find it to be true. And when you show them the real truth, man, so much denial comes up and they come anger. What I'm going to do, I'm going to find a preacher one day and I'm going to sit there and tell him, look, I'm going to do a recording of me asking you questions. And I need honest answers. And I'm going to have him because he's been taught wrong too. That's right, Kilborn. It'll translate. You can read a passage a week later and get a different meaning out of a passage you got a meaning out of earlier. And then you can read that passage again and get a totally different meaning. I've never seen something that could do like that. I can already feel the heat. Is that not weird? I can already feel the heat coming off that thing. We have had the highest temperatures of the year so far this week, man. We've been at 96 degrees for the last 4 days with a heat index of like 102. It has been hot. When I grew up, it was an undenominational church, and they went to dadgum people's houses, and they went in pairs. They did like the disciples did, and they didn't own anything. The only thing they owned is what people gave them to wear, or they'd borrow cars. They didn't own anything, but they were still teaching wrong too. And I'm not going to get into it right now. Oh man, can't believe I ain't seen any deer. That's something that's gone around here, man. The deer. And I've got basically all the counties south of me are under that chronic wasting disease, the zombie deer warning. So I've got 5 counties that are under the zombie deer thing, where every deer that gets shot has to be processed and checked. They've made it illegal to put out deer feeders in these counties that have this problem. But the whole problem is, man, look, these deer get that, right? And they die. Well, possums and coons and rats and mice and squirrels and all sorts of stuff go up there and eat on these dead carcasses, buzzards, crows. And then they in turn get that thing, because I've seen a bunch of crazy looking buzzards that ain't acting right and won't fly off from the side of the road. Nothing dead laying there either. And it'd just be one buzzard. And that sucker be there 2 hours later when you come back through. Something ain't right with that buzzard. Not to sit on the side of a highway for 2 hours. And then a friend of mine said he saw an owl doing the same thing. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, these deer die out there. Look, squirrels chew on bones. They get, nutrients and stuff, and it helps on their teeth. But they chew on bones and stuff out here in the woods. All I'm saying, and think about this. If flies are laying maggots in these diseased animals, isn't it possible that the disease somehow or some form is inside the maggots that turn into flies? I mean, not that would be like mosquito spreading something, but still. And that's another thing. Mosquitoes. Back when AIDS hit, don't worry, mosquitoes won't spread AIDS, but mosquitoes spread everything else. I mean, come on, people. I've got 20 different species of mosquitoes and about 100,000 of all of them. If anybody needs any mosquitoes, I will ship them some. What kind do you want? You want black and white striped zebra looking ones? You want little bitty gnat sized ones? Do you want these rainbow colored tropical looking ones? I mean, I've got all sorts of mosquitoes. Just let me know what batch you want, and I can send you a couple of 100,000. Oh, the quail disappeared a long time ago. The quail disappeared before the 80s around here. When I was a kid in the 70s, it wouldn't be nothing to walk up on a covey of quail and like 15 of them fly up and scare you to death because you don't know they're there till you about step on them. And then walk another 30 feet and almost step in another 15 deep, you know. Now, man, I ain't seen a quail. Oh, well, I've seen one on TV, but I ain't seen a quail in real life. And I don't know, since 2003. And I happened to see it was like 4 hens and a rooster, man. Oh, rooster's smart though. He'll let them quail hens go underneath a bush and they'll run out in the open and get underneath another bush. And he sees nothing got him and he'll run out to that bush. He lets them go out first and then he goes out. It's weird. It's like he's making sure, well, nothing happened to them, so here I go. It's weird. Dadgum, Hodge, churches should talk about the end time because that's what it's all about. We're all born to die. I mean, the day we were born is the day we started dying, man. I mean, that's crazy. Well, that sunrise was not spectacular at all, y'all. I am so sorry. I should have got out here the other day when it was really colorful. But the problem is the sun's fixing to start heading more toward the right. So these trees are going to get in the way even more. So I'm going to have to find a different spot. This isn't good for sun unless I can get out in that field. But there's a lot of posted signs and private property signs on this gate I'm at. So I'm not going to do that. What's wrong with these churches? They don't want to scare people. They don't want, they don't want to talk about what hell is. It's going to be gnashing of teeth and pain and suffering. It's going to be worse than it is here already. And you're going to be in a lake of fire on top of it. I mean, come on. They should preach that, but no, they want to sugarcoat everything. That's the whole problem with this world. Let's sugarcoat everything for the people that just can't handle it. Man, I ain't never had nothing sugarcoated for me all my life. That's why I'm the way I am. When I was 3 years old is when I started questioning why am I here and what is this all about. I ain't lying. When I was 3 years old, I remember, man, that's when it hit me. I realized who I was. I'm like, what am I doing here? And I'm like, oh no. And then I'm thinking ahead. I'm like, man, now I got to grow up and I got to become an adult. I mean, when I was 3, I thought this, it hit me one day. I was like, man, is that not weird for a 3-year-old? But I've been that way ever since. I have questioned everything. going on, Fighting Spirit? Oh man, y'all. I'm gonna move this a little bit. I see a flare going on that's not really in the. I don't know if that helped or hurt. So I've been trying to figure out why you see these kind of weird lens flares. Sometimes, look, you can use the same camera. Sometimes you get these flares and sometimes you don't. And I don't get it. If you get them, you should get them all the time because it's the same sun, right? But why is it sometimes you get flares and sometimes you don't? Shit. Hey, Hodge, where do you live? You're out west somewhere, ain't you? Because I think the moon set here a while back ago. I couldn't see it because I got too many trees. Well, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. I appreciate y'all showing up. I'll give y'all one more look. I didn't realize how much dust was on here. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to run. I got to get some stuff done today, y'all. There you go. I got a laser mouse. Look, I'm out here. Look, I got a laser mouse. I can't own very special. I was but y'all try to do it live later. Probably just get together and have a little chit chat about things, whatever anybody wants to talk about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Y'all have a good day. I'm board president. Got to be kidding me, man.